In a previous video, we discussed GLP-1 activators and how to naturally boost GLP-1 through incorporating food and doing specific strategies for boosting that fat burning capability in our body. Now, I do want to remind you, if you are considering Ozempic, semaglutide, Mounjaro, any of those, you need to remember there is not long-term studies that have been done because it's not been out long enough to have that type of research. So I do want to discuss Berberine today and go into a little bit of detail why this is such an amazing supplement and why it is going to work on a deeper level and it's going to set you up for success long-term, as opposed to jumping into Ozempic or anything of the sort in that medical arena. And the one good thing about Berberine is that it has been out for decades. It is a natural supplement. And so it is going to work with our body and it's going to naturally flow with what our body is already doing. And it's going to allow us to continue fueling our body with the nutrients we need instead of taking away your hunger, as Ozempic, semaglutide, all of those GLP-1s definitely reduce, if not take away, your hunger. So that is one of the fastest methods to weight loss, but it is also going to be pulling from muscle mass, from water, and so you're going to be left depleting your body. You're going to be left nutrient deficient unless you are really focused on staying up on your lab work, staying up with your resistance training, and also forcing your body to eat when you're not hungry, as opposed to Berberine that will just work on a deeper level with gut health, with blood sugar regulation, of course, insulin, and also your hormones. And it's going to work in a way that it's going to help you, but it's also going to allow you to feel natural, to feel like you're energized, to feel hungry when your body needs fuel. So much different in how they work. Now, when you take Ozempic and any of those medicines, we're going to call them, compared to the Berberine as a supplement, you are not going to feel like you can do it without it. Meaning, once you get off of it, you're probably going to gain the weight back. You're probably going, which you will, get your hunger back. So that is why typically people gain the weight back, is because here, when you're on the medication, you feel a certain way. When you get off of it, you're going to feel completely different. And that's why it's not ideal. Now, with Berberine, you're going to take the medication, you're going to feel more energized, you're going to feel your gut is working better, you're going to feel less cravings. However, it's not going to be so extreme to when you get off of it, your body's going to revert back to how it felt prior to, and also it's going to have you, have this insatiable hunger that you haven't had for months on end because you were on it. And that now you're ravenous and you're just eating everything in sight. So completely different. If you get off of Berberine, you're going to be able to just continue down the path that you were. And, everyone, their body works completely different in terms of timelines. So I get that question a lot when I get on Berberine. How long is it going to take for me to start losing the weight? I always say it's like anything else. If you are having deep insulin resistance and deep blood sugar issues and deep gut health issues, and there are so many layers down that you need to build up and you need to get through and tackle, the more issues you have, the longer it's going to take to actually see that number on the scale go down. And it's just because it's working at the mitochondrial level, it's working at the core. So your body internally needs to become healthier, become more efficient in order to start burning fat. And so if you're closer to your goal, more than likely you're going to start seeing the results quicker. Okay. So this is going to help boost AMPK in our body, which is a key enzyme for metabolism, for fat burning. And so that is how it's going to help with blood sugar regulation. It's ultimately going to help anyone who has insulin resistance, who has polycystic ovarian syndrome, Anyone who has serious gut issues, I do recommend. So berberine doesn't have to be just for weight loss or fat loss. It can be beneficial for, a whole world of wealth and health. And so it's really going to be a powerful thing just to feel your best and to allow your body to work optimally. So how do you dose berberine? Dosage will depend on who you are, but I say just to play it safe, start with 2 times a day, 500 milligrams. And typically they suggest 30 minutes prior to a meal, but if you're having it around the time of a meal, it's still going to benefit you. So 2 to 3 times per day, again, around mealtime. If you can do it about 30 minutes prior to, that's going to be beneficial. And, if you want to start with 1 time a day, that's fine. And just as always, if you have any specific ailments, any conditions, if you're on any really, medication that you think might be a contraindication, always check with your medical professional just to make sure that there's no contraindication between the two. But for most people, it is safe, it is effective, and of course, I will provide you with the best quality brand as well as a discount code below. See you in the next video.